Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house, and today I've got two beauties here with me for a quick comparison review. But hey, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this kind of content. So let's see what do we have here, because we have two absolutely gorgeous knives. This is the Shirogorov Quantum. All right, and this is the Shirogorov Custom Division Quantum. Same knife basically, but with some differences. All right, so let's check out from the closed position what are the differences. So immediately you see that this is has some dual anodization going on, and this is just plain titanium, just raw. There's no anodization. It's pretty gray, but this one, of course, is more than double the price of this one, which is already $1,100. This guy is going to be $2,600, so not definitely a cheap one whatsoever. But there's a lot of things more going on in this one than the regular production, which is already an outstanding knife. So, of course, you've got dual anodization going on, blue and bronze, with this flat finished in this way. And here you have an extra extensive milling on both sides to create this pocket, which is just gorgeous. The production one has a nice milling, the same kind of lines, if you look. You see, like widening from the heel to the top, let's say. So from, like this point of view, like up to this area, this is a little bit wider in the custom division, a little bit narrower in the production. Also, the custom division doesn't show a logo over here, whereas the production has like the classic bear right at the heel of the blade. Another little difference is that the production has a showing screw for the handle, whereas in the custom you don't have. You have just like a custom screw right on the back, which is a little bit smaller than this guy over here. So there you go, another little touch that helps to keep the lines of the custom much cleaner than that. Also, by looking at from this perspective, you notice the pivot is different. Yes, because the custom division is sporting a non-spinning pivot. Okay, so this guy has a ball bearing basically right underneath with a notch milled on the inside of the scale, so to keep this orientation always in this position and prevent the pivot from spinning. So you're gonna have to tackle the pivot and to disassemble the knife from this side, from the lock side only, with just the same tool that you're going to use for this one, whereas on the back here it's just closed. You cannot do anything. You have to actually keep it pressed, because this spinning and this guy is not spinning. So also from the presentation side, also you can see that there are some slightly smaller differences. For example, you can see like the chamfering going on. Okay, in this case, right over here, maybe you see better. It's less rounded off and more wide on the custom. You see, like this area over here widens a little bit more. It's more rounded off. If you look like from this side, you can clearly see that there's some difference that is becoming more apparent. And one is that the scales are thicker in the custom division, the blue one, and of course they're thinner in the production. But if you check the stock thickness of the blade, is the opposite. You can see that. So stock thickness of the production is thicker than the custom. So the overall thickness is in favor of the production. Okay, so the custom is thicker, but the custom is lighter, is 0.1 ounce lighter than the production. Even if it has thicker scales, it has a thinner blade, so probably that's why the weight, very slight weight reduction is going on, but it's coming from probably extensively milling the inside of these scales. Of course, so these are also extensively milled, but I don't know, that's my guess. I'm not sure. I don't have any precise data on that. Also, you can see, of course, that the jimping is the same going on. It's just different because of the different thickness of the stock of the blade. Also, of course, I forgot, in the custom division version, you have blue anodized titanium pivot collar, both sides, of course, which is lacking in the production version. All right. The flipper tab also has a very slight difference in the pocket that is milled out. If you can see, it's a little bit thinner up here than in the Quantum production up there. Also, you can see that the jimping is it's the same. It's only the fact that the stock is thinner, it's gonna make it look that it's like it's different. Also, you can see still in the closed position that the custom version has some swedge going on the blade, and it's also reducing the weight, but also contributing to have a slimmer look for the profile. And then you can see like that they are pretty much the same, okay, all around here. The back spacer is pretty much the same, except for a very little difference right here. You see this, the last notch is thinner in the custom, and it's a little bit bigger in the production version. All right. And then if you check also on this side, you're gonna notice that the scales are thicker. Of course, like you check this side over here, you see that it's just wider than the production. On this side, on the lock side, we have another couple differences. Of course, you have the milling going on, and you have the screw. So in the custom version, you have the lock face insert, which is screwed in from the inside with a custom screw, like this one. Whereas on this one, you have just a Torx bit screw, I think it's a T8, to hold in place the lock face insert. So another difference right there. Of course, you've got the pocket clip, which looks the same, but actually if you pay attention, it has, in the production version, has some milling to the side right over here, and a wider milling right there. Look at this, maybe like here you can see. So there's on this side just a wider milling compared to the custom, and if you check the heel, maybe like that, you can clearly see that the custom has a slightly different and wider base right over here compared to the production. Look at that. And another small difference, if you check from this angle here, is the cutout. Oops, the cutout for the lock bar, which has some milling in the production and no milling, is just flat in the custom. Okay, and then if you check the blade, we have a couple differences. Of course, like first coming up to your eye is that the production is running an M390 steel and the custom is running an S90V steel, so much superior steel employed, and the milling for this fuller, let's call it that way, are basically the same. The flats are the same, for the exception that, of course, the finish is different. It's much more reflective on the custom than in the production. And of course, the production doesn't have any satin flats. So you can actually see the dual tone finish right over here. You can see better on the custom, and just same finish in the production. Of course, the custom has the CD logo, custom division logo, because it's lacking the Shirogorov logo right at the heel of the blade. Also, of course, being a thinner stock is going to be a better slicer for sure, and but they are ground like to the same exceptional level of quality. Beside that, I mean, there's not many other differences I could notice. If I missed something, please let me know down below in the comment. And also another difference we can find between these two guys is the pivot mechanism, because, for example, in the custom division, you have right over here the logo for the single row roller bearing, whereas here you have MRBS logo, which is multi-row bearing system. So this guy is using ball bearings and this guy is using roller bearings. So this is going to translate into a different kind of action. Like the production version is absolutely drop shotty, and probably because it's more broken in, whereas the custom has a glide shot action. You see? Look at that. It's absolutely super smooth. It's very good, guys. Absolutely smooth. From the sound perspective, not much of a difference. They're pretty much very, very similar. From the handling perspective, I think the custom has the edge, because it's a chubbier handle, so it feels the hand better. This is very good, of course, no hot spots whatsoever, but this guy is chubbier, it feels better in the hand, and I don't know, it's just me, and but maybe, I don't know, also this, I feel that these two millings on the side are helping when you want to close it like that. You can pinch it and have a more secure grip, and of course this texturing is gonna confer an extra level of grippiness compared to this guy right over here, which, I mean, is still like fantastic, but it's a little bit more slippery than the custom version. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.